This is Jude from Real Black in Japan channel. We'll be discussing police in Japan. And we have I here.
Yes.
And we got my bad kids walking around here half naked. They would not be on camera.
Right.
Would not be going to jail.
Yes.
Why don't you guys speak up, sis?
All right. So, what are your experiences with cops in Japan?
Pretty positive.
Okay.
Pretty positive experience with police in Japan. It's very safe. Let me say this. When I first came... Oh, hold on. Just want to see if there's anything in my nose, people. Sorry. When I first came to Japan, you're right, because the situation in America between blacks and the police in America is a pretty volatile situation. So, even when you're not doing anything wrong, the police in America make you seem like you're doing something wrong, even when you're not, right? So when I got to Japan, I'm like, I still had that
Fear?
that fear that, like, I think all black people have it usually. At least you should have it, right? But in Japan, there's no such need to have fear like that, because the police don't even look at me at all. In fact, they just tip their hat to me and say hello and don't pay me any attention at all. Not like not that I'm committing crime or anything, anyways. But when it's a different experience coming to Japan and seeing the police not pay you any attention and not looking at you crazy or not asking you, I think I maybe had my ID asked for one time because somebody was starting fires. Remember that?
Ah, yes, in our neighborhood.
Yeah, it was like 2015, maybe like 2016, around there. There was some bong hole was like starting fires in our neighborhood, and there was nobody out, and I was coming home from work on my bike, and the policeman was just like, "Excuse me, sir, can I see your ID? There's somebody starting a fire. I just want to like check everyone."
Everybody.
Yeah. And there was no. That's the only time I've ever been. And he wasn't even like being rude or anything. He was just making sure anybody, So it's just routine, doing his job. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's true. So that was the only time that you got asked for your ID to show?
Yep. Actually, that's not true. One time I got lost. I went to ride my bike to Roppongi. I was riding my BMX to Roppongi, and I thought I was lost. So I stopped by one of the little police shop things, and they were like, "Let me see your ID." But that could have been. I don't even know why. Why would?
Usually, I even get asked to show my ID.
Yeah.
They
That's
have
probably
to,
standard
like,
procedure. Yeah. So.
Report who came in, just to make sure they're doing their job and stuff.
So my experiences with police are been pretty positive. They don't bother me. Well, I'm not really committing crime. I'm not doing anything. I'm not hanging out in the street. I'm not looking suspicious. I'm not, whatever. Not saying that in America that we're doing that, but like I said, they try to make you feel like you're doing something wrong when you're not doing anything. So it's for any blacks that come to Japan. I think you'll be quite surprised at at how police are real chill. There are times. So if you ever come to Japan or you go anywhere and you go to the airport, when you go to America, you'll notice that the atmosphere and the attitudes of the police are quite different than other places. So we had traveled from Canada, the border of like Maine and like Canada somewhere, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And the police stations, the Canadian police station and the American station were like right across from each other. But their attitudes were totally different. The Canadians were really, really nice, friendly, accommodating.
Yes.
Friendly. Got our child the coloring book. And then as soon as we went to the American side, straight fail. So.
Yes.
That's my little boy. She's it.
Yeah. So you guys in the States think that the treatment that you get from the police is like, that's how it is kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
But you come to Japan and you kind of think that that's what you're gonna get, and it's totally different. So you know, we think we want um, people to experience this side of the world to know that what you get in the States is not really normal.
It's not normal at all.
No. But that's what you get all the time, and that's what all you get in the States. But that doesn't have to be like that.
It's unnatural. And I think the reason, because America has a history of like slavery,
Yeah.
that the overseer, the plantation overseer, is the officer. So the same contempt and feelings they had in slavery kind of like just carried on to like modern times today. So that's my opinion. I may be wrong about that. Maybe they're trained to treat us weird. I don't know, but you know, so it's quite different in Japan when you come here. Are police gonna like? They're just not gonna bother you if you're not doing nothing stupid, you know. My little boys though.
Because we think that policemen are to protect us.
Yeah.
Not to accuse you of doing something wrong. Because we think that normally people are good and they are minority of the population that does things that are harmful to the rest of us. So the police that's the people that would protect the majority of people from the wicked ones.
Well, so in America they used to have a thing called to protect and serve. You guys, yeah, be careful, please. In America, they used to have on their cop cars, they would have to protect and serve. So it was kind of like that. The policeman will walk the beat, you know, patrol. You guys, come on, man. And you know, police were not always like military-like or So maybe in the past, maybe I would say 15 years, maybe they've kind of gotten.
Then it's not coming from the slavery.
You know, maybe you're. You know what? Because I will say this: it's not even so much even Black Americans; it's white Americans too that are now getting it. White women, white men, they're getting shot and harassed and beat up and arrested too. So, but I'm just saying, as for the Black experience with police, it's
usually
it's a totally different here in Japan. Like that hatred.
Yeah.
The suspicion is not, but just to be, for future videos, we will, there are times, not times, the situations where like Japanese are, it's an island, so they don't have that internationalism as much.
Right.
So it's not necessarily like this like ingrained racism towards other people. It's like the lack of like communication with others, as you know what I mean. Like Japanese are very shy people. And well, the men are generally, but the women are kind of a little more outgoing. But kids are wild.
No, don't know.
Yeah. It's not like hatred. It's like because there's like other Asians that come to Japan.
It's like
quote unquote
ignorance
Asians.
too.
I mean, it's not like hatred though. It's not like
No, it's not.
like it's not. It's just like the unfamiliar.
Yeah.
Like
some like uncomfortability.
Yeah. Shyness.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. But nobody's gonna like. I have never experienced any type of like overt racism. If it was like very very hidden. I didn't feel hatred. I've had an old lady one time. I left my bike in a hallway, in an alley. I'm sorry, hallway in an alley one time coming from work, and I should have had my bike parked up closer to the wall. So I got off work and I went to get my bike. And this old Japanese lady just comes out and just starts yelling at me. Like, not like on some like, yo, I told you don't leave your bike here, like on some grandma, on some grandma type stuff. And I just hopped on my bike and took off, but it was in a dark alley. She didn't have any like in America, they have this thing where it's like, oh, these blacks are going to rob you or steal from you or take advantage of you in a dark alley. Man, I felt like my life was in danger. This grandmother was after me. Like, oh, I know you. You're that one on that little bike. I told you, boy, about leaving your bike. And I'm like, So it's
a different experience.
it was very different. I laughed when I got home. Remember, I was like, I just got chased by a grandmother in a dark alley. Felt my life was in danger. So.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's something. This is something that a lot of people should experience.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely should get away from the monotony and experience, and because a lot of times experience, traveling and things is experience. You know what I mean? So
it's eye opening.
Yeah, very eye opening. And so I'll give you an example. I'm not sure if they do it now, but they had a program here in Tokyo for like poor black kids to come to Japan and spend like a week with like a host family, and they would like wear the the kimonos and go to temples or just try different foods and wear just do stuff whatever. And what would happen is the children would get somewhat accustomed within a week of Japan, the stress levels down, the danger levels down, and they begin to like soak up culture a little bit, and they would go back to the States and their grades would improve, their behavior would improve, and they kind of like knew what they wanted to do. Of course, they always wanted to come back to Japan to go to college, but this was a program that I have seen that was being promoted on YouTube for poor black kids to come to Japan and spend a week with the host family, and it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. So
nobody's fighting,
Yeah, there's no.
that in the poor areas, people always on guard.
Yes, you always gotta watch behind your back. You worry about a stray bullet or fights or whatever. Like little things. But when they come here, it's very chill, very calm. And they
bothers you.
Right. So it's if you can send your kid to Japan for a week or 2 or a month, I guarantee when they come back, their whole attitude, school performance, all that will change. You know what I'm saying? Because traveling.
I would like to help out people like that. Yeah.
I mean, they pay us some money. That's a joke.
Yeah. All right. That's a good topic.
All right.
What do you want for the next episode?
We'll figure that out a little bit.
All right.
We'll try to like change up the scenery a little bit. We're in our bedroom with the big red couch, and all that good stuff. It's a little messy, and we have some different topics and stuff, and we we'll travel, go out and go around and talk about we got family. Too, and friends here too, Americans here in in our neighborhood.
Yeah, we can try that.
Yeah. So we'll have like a beer night or something, and we'll talk. But thanks for tuning in. This is Jude from Real Black in Japan channel. We'll be back with a new topic, and thank you guys for tuning in. All right, peace.